Yeah.
Yo, what's good, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Matchmakers. So as y'all know, we got a guest that's gonna be coming up, shortly. But before we get started, I think Fanatic got a few words that he want to get off his chest. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, whatever it is that you want to say, man, don't be light. Don't take it light. You know what I'm saying? Speak with the enthusiasm that you usually speak with. And then not just that, man. We ain't saving no feelings. We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I think Fanatic been too lenient lately. So
I
yeah,
haven't, man.
the
But I
floor is
just want to
yours.
say, man, Twin Cities, I'm proud of y'all. Twin City 9U, I'm proud of y'all, man. Y'all made the game happen. Georgia Falcons, the time is now. The time is now, Georgia Falcons. It don't get much better than this. The time is now, Georgia Falcons 9U. I don't want to hit no excuses. I don't want to hit no excuses. Y'all got the game. Y'all got the game versus a top 8 team. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? The time is now, Georgia Falcons. Twin City, I thought y'all was gonna duck the smoke. I thought Twin City was gonna duck the smoke. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I thought Twin City ain't want none of that. I thought Twin City was gonna hold on to that ranking and never play the Georgia Falcons. But I was wrong. I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. Twin Cities stepped up to the plate, and they're playing a very competitive team in the Georgia Falcons. One of the teams, man, I don't believe there's a team on the 9U division that could throw the ball better than the Georgia Falcons. Now, I didn't say they was the best team. I didn't say run the ball. I didn't say play the best. I said throw the ball better than the Georgia Falcons. And I'm telling you, man, this gonna be one of them games. This is gonna be one of them games, man. This is when we gonna see if Twin Cities is a real national contender. We gonna see if the Georgia Falcons is a real national contender. And
So what you expect? What you think though?
as much as this pains me to say, I mean, it pains me to say this, y'all. I don't think y'all know how bad it hurts me to say this. I hate to go against these guys again. I really, really, really hate to go against these guys again. And I don't want them to be upset. But unfortunately, I really feel like the Georgia Falcons are going to win this game.
Hmm.
And I hate to admit that.
Okay.
I hate to admit that I think the Georgia Falcons are going to win this football game.
So if they win,
You got,
then what though?
you have to let them into the top 8.
Just like I've been saying.
They
So
didn't snuck into the dang on YNC, if that's what they choose to do. But they
and
have snuck
hey,
into the
you
top
want to
8.
know what's crazy about this whole thing is I said myself that if they actually make it to the playoffs, I think for the coaches of the years, runner ups, right? It got to be Coach Mark Flanagan. It got to be Coach Kier and them, and it got to be right. Shout out to Coach Montana, and it got to be Coach Cal, bro. Those got to be the three teams right there where you just go ahead and get them their flowers now, bro. And then those are the ones from, in my opinion, that should be up for a coach of the year. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, right? Look at Coach Mark. He lost Ryan. He lost B5.
Yeah,
He lost Honey Badger.
yeah.
He lost so many players. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right. You're right.
Even though he got, some other players back, I don't think the substitution, actually measured up to what they initially had. So therefore, I got to give Coach Mark all the credit in the world. Then when it comes to Coach Kier, they lost two group of kids.
They did.
and then still managed to come back and bring another young boy, lefty. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up doing this thing. He's
He
doing this
did.
thing right now.
He is.
You feel me? And that's
Man.
the Georgia Falcons. Now, when we talk about so icy, we talking about a coach who brought these kids from 7U to the point where they end up winning the whole preseason with all of the top dogs in there. You talking
All the
about the
top dogs.
Bessemers,
Bessemers.
the
Yep.
GMUs. You
Yep. Yep.
talking
Yep. Yep.
about, you know what I'm saying? Like, just name them, bro. And so when you talk about stories, they got them. They literally got it. You talking about from a young man that actually got injured last year, coming back this year, winning it, playing all of the top dogs, running to the smoke, playing any team that would say yes. And you just got to get them their flowers, bro. You just got to. You know what I'm saying? But for y'all, man, who's here, we definitely waiting on Trent, right? He Trent Richardson, and he'll be on shortly. So we're gonna talk, man. We're gonna have some fun tonight.
I just can't believe that I'm rolling with the Georgia dang-on Falcons. But I've seen the Georgia Falcons in
What's up,
person.
Tree? Go
And I
ahead.
just really feel like, man, that offense, man, when that offense get to rolling, it's like a snowball downhill, bro. It just gonna roll and collect and collect and collect and collect and collect. And I'm just telling y'all, dog, like them Georgia Falcons 9U players, dog, they ain't nothing to be played with. They've beat a lot of teams. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, don't get it confused. Don't let what So Icy did to them make y'all think that that's an easy game. Like I try to tell y'all, in youth football, the number 3 team and the number 8 team, it could be a big old difference between those two teams.
Absolutely.
Like, it could be a big difference between those two teams. That's why teams covet that number 1 spot when they go to YNC. Because that number 1 team and that number 8 team sometimes has a really big difference. And I just think, man, that the Georgia Falcons is just slightly better than what Twin City is, man. I think that Twin Cities is a good team, but I don't know if Twin Cities is a national team. I don't know. They have
Well,
a
we gonna see.
national win,
We definitely gonna see.
but I don't know if they're a national team. And I've said this from the jump. One national win don't make you a national team.
Right. Fact.
It's doing it week in and week out and competing at a high level. And they're competing at a high level, but they're not necessarily winning. And Georgia Falcons has been doing this a little bit longer as far as this year. And they've been competing at a high level, but they haven't always turned that into wins.
Right.
See, this right here is for that low seed to me. And I just think the Georgia Falcons gonna pull it off, man. I feel like the game's been ducked long enough, and the Georgia Falcons gonna pull it off.
Do you accept the first reason when they said that it's supposed to be storming? Did you do?
I
do
did.
you,
I did.
you Oh, so you accepted that?
Yeah, bro. It was a hurricane coming, man. It was a freaking hurricane coming, man.
No. It wasn't that one. It was they were saying that it was supposed to storm. That ain't got nothing to do with the hurricane. That was long.
That was, man. No, it wasn't. It
wasn't.
It was a tropical storm that came earlier, and it only hit like the coast part, where they play football down there in Fort Mitchell, it would have hit them.
Bruh, you can't tell me. You can't tell me, bruh. You got it all wrong. This was the same time that they canceled all the Mayfield games just because it was sprinkling. It wasn't because a storm was coming, bruh. This is new.
It was 2 storms. It just didn't impact Georgia like we thought. That's all, man. I'm telling you, man. What I'm not going to allow you to do is discredit Twin Cities and try to call them scary and they ducking. I don't believe that that's
I ain't
true.
calling them scary, but I'm definitely saying they ducking.
I'm
definitely saying they
I don't
ducking
believe that
smoke.
that's true. I don't believe Twin Cities would duck nothing. That ain't what they do.
Well, put like this. They may not have ducked the game, right? But they definitely didn't want to play it. They didn't play it. Because if you want to play the game, If you want to play the game, then you go ahead and make it happen later on down the line. You feel what I'm saying? They ducked, just like Bessemer ducked, just like what other team? You had GMU on here earlier, and I had to tell them, like, Coach, y'all hurt football this year. Y'all literally played the Dallas Elite when nobody cared for y'all to even play them no more. That's when y'all decided to play. When no eyes was on y'all, which was counterproductive if you ask me. You feel what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But the coach on here, and for y'all coaches right now, I'm going to tell y'all this. For y'all that's out there calling out so icy, you get 0 brownie points because you wasn't calling them out before Dakota got hurt. Right. So now that y'all want to play, y'all literally want to play Dakota and a Dakota-less team. You don't get no brownie points for that, bro. You don't.
I agree, man.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, that mess to me is very disturbing. Like, oh yeah, Coach Cal, where you at? Like, bro, okay, Dakota not playing. Now all of a sudden you want to play games.
I agree.
And then somehow would think that y'all did something and would accept that victory to the fullest. Man, we beat so icy. We beat, like, bro, I don't even want to play you after that. That's just me.
Play you after that.
Yeah, I don't want to play you until Y&C starts, bro. Then when y'all healthy, but if y'all not healthy, then I have no choice.
But so do you think that the So Icy boys? Okay, I can't ask you that. So this weekend is So Icy versus RDE. Who do you believe if RDE beats So Icy without Dakota, does it mean anything to you?
If So Icy beats,
I'm sorry. If RDE beats So Icy without Dakota, does it mean?
Oh no, I already said that. I already said
it does. It doesn't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing to me. It don't mean nothing to me because they couldn't do it when they had Dakota. So that game, you don't get the brownie points for me. Like although they got my guy Deuce, right? So they closer, right? They closer. I want to see the game happen, but the one thing I don't want to see, and if it was RDE, I'd be saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like what? So Icy already beat them twice. So they showed at full strength when they both at full strength, who's going to win that? They're going to win that. So Icy, that's what they have shown me thus far. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen that with RDE. So if you end up beating them when they don't have their best player, you know what I'm saying? They quarterback, I can't say that. I still can't say that you're the better team at that moment. That's just me.
That is wild. So if they lose, what does this do for RDE if they lose with no Dakota?
Oh, hey, if they lose without Dakota, I think I might say to take the Coach Cal route. Don't even try. Don't even go, bro. It's a matter of time. Even if y'all beat Bessemer, y'all just waiting to lose.
I'm gonna tell you something, Money Muscle Entertainment. It's always next man up, but there ain't no more Dakotas.
There ain't.
There ain't no a good program got more Dakotas. No, the best programs ain't got no Dakota. The top there, anybody below the top 4 ain't got a Dakota on their team. Now the top 3, the top 4, I can name you who's similar to a Dakota on their teams. Anybody below the top 4 ain't got no dang on Dakota on their team. That's why they ain't in the top 4. Mm-hmm. Because So Icy got Dakota and everybody else don't.
Hey, like they told you, man, that game hit different when you actually at the game.
I'm telling you, right? Dakota different, bro.
Style of play. The fact that even if you trying to tackle this man at an angle, somehow he still beat you to the corner. And we talking about that fast, right? We know angles can measure up to, speed, right? If you have the right angle. At times they be having the right angle, but that man, that young young kids still manage to score. And the thing is, too, as I mentioned, when you look at Dakota, right? If Dakota can't hand the ball off to Kazi, he knows he still got him. If Dakota can't throw the ball, he knows he still got himself. So therefore, if he needs a play that bad, guess who we can go to?
Straight to Dakota.
Straight to himself, right? And
Straight
go
to
ahead and get the touchdown, and do all the stuff that he understand that he's supposed to do, and basically win the game, bro. I've
so
seen.
let me ask you this, money muscling. It's the it, it's the Kansas City Chiefs frauds. Because without Patrick Mahomes, talking about a different team, right? Is are the Commanders frauds? Because without Jaden, they're a different team, right? I want to know, is Boise State a fraud? Because without the Heisman candidate that they have, they're frauds, right? No, the team isn't a fraud. The team is a team is built around a player and a system, right? So Jaden is a system at the Commanders that they've built around them. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think it's frauds. Patrick Mahomes is a system. They've built a system around Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know a team that is great that they don't have a dominant player on it. I'm really trying to think. I'm trying to think of one team that is great that we're like, I don't see that team losing, and they have every piece is hitting. I just can't think of one right now where it's just like, nah, without that kid, they wouldn't be hitting. Without that player, they wouldn't be hitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's how sports are made. You feel what I'm saying? That's how sports are made. It's made where you have a dominant piece, and then from there, you can build on that. But you're
Hey,
not
man.
answering my question, though, Money Muslim. Name me some teams where you can just plug a player in there, and that team gonna still be the same team. So I want to know, if I take off Patrick Mahomes and just plug a kid in there that can play quarterback at a high level, would they be the same? Right? I want to say even Rare Breed. I think we seen Rare Breed at Miami Gardens. When Miami Gardens came to town, right? We seen some switching of the quarterback with Rare Breed, and you drop them in there. You drop old reliable in there in the second half. It's a different game.
Yo,
Yeah, what's going on?
not much. You can hear us clear.
Yeah, I can definitely hear y'all.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. Just want to talk
Definitely.
a little bit of football with you. That's it. Oh yeah, I thought you had faded out.
Nah,
But
you good.
but yeah, man, we got some people that got a few questions, just kind of make it friendly, for the people that actually that's in this youth football. I had a chance to have a conversation with you, which made this possible. Um, just let me know, like, okay, yeah, just let me know that you can hear me, because I think something had happened.
I think he out. No.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we wait till he gets situated. That was Trent Richardson. And so, man, we just gonna talk a little bit of football. And I got some I got a little treat, man. I got a treat. And I want to ask some questions and stuff. Just basically his perspective on how he actually see the game when it comes to running back. Let me see. I I don't know what's going on, but I think we straight, man. But
What?
yeah, like I say, I seen you, and we end up having a nice conversation, which made this happen, and it let me know that you into the youth football realm. And so, what do you think about youth football at this point? Do you see it being anything like it was when you was growing up playing youth football?
Nah, man, it's much bigger than what we was doing, man. Them kids, they can go. Like you think about it, man. We grew up playing folks in the neighborhood down the street, across the other side of the town in the city. Like we weren't able to go see the best talent in the world, at an early age like that, man. Like I tell folks, I didn't know how good I was until I got to college. Like the stuff that the kids
Mm,
that y'all have for these kids now, bro, and when you're able to get these kids to see like, hey, this is next level type stuff. Like I think y'all are doing a great job with this, man. I think that the whole world of youth sports, man, is growing. Some stuff I don't like in it, but man, when it comes to football play, bro, I think when it comes to those teams that's winning, like the consistent teams that's at the top, like they doing it the right way, and they working those kids, bro.
right. And so with me, I'm glad that the MCU came out, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of on the fence saying they wasn't playing nobody. And they was at that number 2. But they showed me why they number 2. When they actually played the games, they got a tremendous defense. Need the little work on the offense, but man, that's one of the teams that I actually clamoring to see just a little bit more. But what do you think about MCU? What do you think they bring to you football so far?
Just like you said, man. Defense. I mean, them guys, they chopping it down. Like they doing what they got to do. Offense need a little work, man. But one thing about it, bro, and I get it. You was looking at them like, hey, who y'all playing? We can't get nobody playing, bro. Like it's been crazy. Like we can't get nobody to want to go, pound for pound with those kids, man. And the crazy thing about it, man, like it's sad because you're in travel football to play the best. When you're talking about nationally ranked, you're talking about playing the best. Win, lose, or draw. We was out there in the mix. We was out there fighting and battling, like how those kids are going to get better. Like, and so for me, man, I look at it, man, like how can we schedule and make games to almost like you calling out people, but it's like, hey, well, let's go ahead and schedule it, and
Mhm.
let's have like a real national schedule. Like let's do it like that. That's how we're gonna do it. Because now you got teams that's bagging out. You got teams, throwing their weight around and saying that they're gonna play when they want to play, and they ain't coming. They ain't playing unless you travel here. And it's just like, man, come on, man. We just want to play good football and get those kids an opportunity to have their names out there and to do what y'all doing for those kids, bro. Like I don't think people understand that on this level, man. Like we're like I tell my folks all the time, like I'm getting my sons ready for a Power Five,
Mhm.
and people try to get their sons ready for little league football, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to get these kids thinking right now because there's all this NIL, all this other stuff going on. We got to start learning this system early, and it starts in the household. And so for us as coaches or mentors or somebody that these kids look up to, like we got to be able to spit this game to them and get these parents to understand too. Like we got to understand this early, like because it's been going on for years in the other worlds. Like baseball been doing this forever. Like they've been having World Series forever in baseball. Like they've been having AU football, I mean basketball forever. And so that's something like we so far behind, but I'm glad we where we are now, but we're so far behind, man, to where it's almost losing the game, the love of the game for these kids because they're not getting taught the right way.
Yeah, and so I totally agree. I've been saying it for a very long time, but I can assure you we gonna get it right because there has been a system, right? A lot of times they play the game until the rankings come out. When the rankings come out, they try to sit on the rankings and don't play nobody, right? That have been the system. Now the new thing is the coaches are afraid of losing. The players want to play the game, but the coaches is like, nah, man, I ain't gonna play. It don't make sense. You know, like, bro, why are you in travel ball? Why are you playing that? That's why I say next year it has to be a box check.
Right.
What do you intend on doing? Do you plan on playing local ball? Do you plan on playing national, which requires traveling? Or do you just want to, travel from here and there without, the pressure of trying to be ranked and going to the national and stuff like that? That way we know what stipulation to hold you to, right? If you playing nationals, you gonna have to travel a few times. You just gonna have to do that. Ain't no sitting on no rankings. And if you duck a game, you going up 5 spots. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't showing no love because I think they hurt the game this year. It's the worst year I've experienced thus far, but they hurt the game, to the point where I think it may trickle into next year because now you're going to have so many coaches that felt like, nope, you didn't play me, right? You didn't, when I tried to play y'all last year, you didn't want to play me. And, it's one of those games that should be had because it makes it good for youth football, right? And they're going to look at it like, man, they're ranked. You know what I'm saying? If they play me, they win. They gonna get in the ranking system, and we already know how that's gonna go. They're not gonna play the game, so therefore, it's hurting the sport. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be some type of punishment. But I agree 100%. I agree.
Well, the thing about it, bro, is like, man, we got to stop being selfish as coaches, as like we got to start putting these kids first when it comes to, okay, at the end of the day, you gotta compete, like, because you're gonna get down to national and get your ass tapped. Excuse my language. I know it's a family show, but you're gonna go down there, you're gonna get your head beat in, and it's not gonna be fair to those kids because those kids weren't prepared mentally and physically because they're not playing on a national level. Now, unless your league that you're in local got some national teams in it, like you got to play national level games because you're not gonna be prepared when you go down there.
Right. Hey, go ahead.
There's a question on here from Yoshi Blends. Yoshi Blends wants to know, ask him what he thinks about age cutoffs and if they make a huge difference. So do you think there's a difference between a 7-1 team and a 5-3-1 team?
It's tough, man. Because the way we grew up, like we grew up playing double A, so I never had a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I always played up, and so I always felt like my game was played at the age I was supposed to be playing at because I always played up, and so that put me in front of everybody when I did play on my level, my age group. But they're gonna have to play double A somewhere, and I don't know about the cutoff thing, man. I think it's some situations, some people need it, but some situations like it don't really matter because you're gonna have to face them some type of way. But I understand when people be like, well, my kid's too small, but at the same time, man, if y'all around about the same age, if you into that and you 11 and you 11, 12, like, bro, y'all should be able to play against each other.
Right.
Like I feel like it shouldn't be no problem with that because at the end of the day, when y'all get the middle school ball, y'all get the high school ball, y'all gonna have to, like, if you're that guy, if you're that dude, and if you want your kids to be that dude, man, stop banging down from that fight. Like, put those kids in that fight. They got to be prepared. If they're not prepared, you're gonna see a decrease in their game. I'm telling you from what I know.
Facts. And I think the other thing too, the other part of it is that the amount of development, right? I think people have been pulling so much talent in to where they're not coaching them up, right? They're not coaching them, they're not leaving better. What happened, in my opinion, is that the players, they make the coaches look better, but the coaches don't get nothing the players don't get much in return. And then when they meet a coach that actually want them to know certain schemes or whatever it is that they need them to know, they don't have it because the coach never taught them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has been an issue. And then the fact that, they don't have a lot of individuals that take the time with these kids, man, because it's more about them winning as opposed to the kids. And I just wish the coaches just stop making it about them and allow the kids to have that moment to where they can say, you know what, I played this team. I remember, that we was down certain amount of points and I did X, Y, and Z. Not they stealing them type of moments from them kids. So I disagree, man, with the way that they conducted themselves this year.
Right.
Well, you think about what you just said, bro. You said a lot of people, they're not coaching, bro. Like they got talent. Like that's something different, bro. Like when you're coaching, and like you said, these players are making these coaches look real good. But when you get down to that national player and you got somebody that's coaching that thing, like I don't give a damn what anybody say about George Egan and my dog Jane Davis. I'm gonna give him all the credit, bro. He got those kids ready from top to bottom.
Mm.
Like that is where we're trying to be at. Like for real. Like those kids can pass the ball, those kids can run the ball, they can run block, they can pass block, they're taking the right steps, they're playing defense, they ain't too high, they know the coverage, like they're teaching those guys over there how to play football. And that's some of the same stuff that we build in the MCU. Like we getting there. And listen, I'm gonna always be real. We getting there, but we ain't there just yet. We still got some more football to play to get there, and some more teaching to get there. But when you're talking about a complete team, what James has done over there with the Georgia Eagles, bro, like hands down, that team is the most prepared team and all around team I have seen in Little League football in my life.
I ain't gonna lie. I think for me, it was rare breed with Bowden Walker and them. That's the
Mm.
best thing that I've
Oh
seen.
yeah, you can't leave them out. Yeah,
Yeah,
Red Breed. Oh yeah.
that I got
And
it.
I like Voodoo. I like Voodoo Tenu.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I've been watching them, since they won their first one, and I remember they was half the size of everybody.
Mhm.
But the way that Coach Batman had them prepared, man, they was chopping all of them big kids down, and they wasn't afraid. So the militant type of style that he had them playing, man, it was wonderful. I've never seen it. I felt like they was more disciplined than the older kids. So yeah, he had them ready. I remember the welcome all. Coach Sean Moffitt had them ready, but the
Mhm.
key thing was they felt like they were better than the rest and they was willing to prove it, unlike now. So that's where it's like now we rather say that we the best as opposed to proving it. And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just my opinion, man.
Question: do you see any differences outside of cameras and publicity? Do you see any differences in skill set, aggression from when you played football as a youth?
Man, I think these kids got more sources, bro. And I think it's sad because a lot of those kids don't use those sources, bro. They'll make a 10-second clip and they think that's what it is. So a lot of those kids, they growing up in an area where they just seeing 10-second clips of guys in their final stage, not seeing what they went through to get there.
Mm.
Like people be asking me about Saquon, the jump he just did.
Mhm.
Man, that man been doing that for years on a trampoline, all that. Like that just ain't come out of nowhere, bro. Like that man has been doing that for years, and you don't even realize you're practicing that, right? But
Mhm.
like it's one of them things, dog. Like we're losing that part of it. Like we got to get those kids back to being outside and doing those things that they don't even realize they doing. We got to get back to that. If we don't, bro, like we're failing our kids, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I agree,
Right.
100%. So um it was crazy because a lady had reached out to me about a kid, right, who's at a high school, right, at a Stevenson high school, and basically he's a good player, really good player, but he's not getting the look, right? But then he don't feel like I ain't gonna say he, right, and matter of fact, I'm not gonna even really I don't even want to continue because I actually gave the school away. But basically, what it is, what it boils down to is that coaches is not doing their job to make sure that these kids are getting looked at. They're not reaching out to these colleges to make sure that these kids are safe. It's I don't know, bro. I just be getting so
It's
frustrated, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, I do this, I get my time because I want to give these kids a platform. But when I see kids that give they all to a coach and he gives nothing in return, like that gets to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, man.
I got so I'm coaching at Hoover High School now, man,
Okay.
in Birmingham. And everybody know that show. I mean, that story, they get the tour days and all this and that. But I had noticed, bro, like those kids wasn't getting the service that they supposed to be getting when it was, and that's a big school. I mean, schools instead of coming because it was Hoover, But it was a lot of stuff that these folks weren't digging in these kids' life or finding out, okay, what are you doing outside of what we're doing at practice? And so how can you even talk to a coach and tell them like, cause bro, we only really get an hour and a half with these kids on the field. So how can you tell these kids, like tell the coaches that's coming to see them that, hey man, his home he's got a good home. You know what I mean, he got all the right tools around. He's doing extra. He's doing X, Y, and Z. He got his own trainer. You can't even tell them that because you're not even taking the time to put these kids out there or even wanting to. Man, we grew up with it. Like my brother done went through it. My brother went through a coach not showing them their letters before their senior year or before that last game in their senior year, and telling different coaches that they was already committed to a different program and they wasn't even signed or committed nowhere. I seen it, and so happened that Emmitt Smith coach came back to coach me. You feel me? Like I got blessed. I got lucky. Emmett called that man and told him, man, I need you to coach Trent. This is the next one. Emmitt Smith and Derrick Brooks. I had the same high school coach they had, and he came back to coach me. But he knew the system. He knew what was the process. Like if you don't have that right there, or somebody that's eager to learn and teach these parents, because you got to worry about the NCAA clearinghouse. You know, all these kids need to down there have a Twitter account now to get recruited. Like what to ask the coaches about. You know, is this a committable offer? Is this a real offer? Like, do you really want this kid? Like, you know, they don't know that type of story. Like, what you got to have on ACT? Do you got to take the ACT for that school? Like, it's all certain type of questions, bro. Like we're so far behind on, and it take people like me that been through it, and it take people like Cam, you know, that's seen the ups and downs, like in his story. Like people don't realize, bro. Like Cam was suspended before every school his last year in college. I mean, for every game. Like that man went through a lot and came out on the other side of this.
Yeah, so
But that's another guy that's in youth sports. You know, you got the Devin Hesters, your James Davis. It's a lot of us out there, bro. Like, and I don't want to forget nobody, but it's a lot of us out there, man, doing our thing and trying to help these kids in a way that y'all are helping them, and just get close to these kids, bro, because somebody did it for us.
Absolutely. Yep. And then this guy asks, he says, what youth football squad did you play for as a kid?
Man, I played at Motor Grove, man. And it's crazy that you say that. So Motor Grove is the Eagles, and that's down in Pensacola, Florida. And like man, we had so much talent on that team, bro. I played growing up. I had a battle against Doug Baldwin and Alfred Morris on the same team. And so it was me, Doug Baldwin, Alfred Morris. Like, bro, we all had a battle down there. And it's crazy because out of that same youth organization, bro, I think we might have had 5 or 6 guys go pro, and that's including the Uso twins and Roman Reigns. Like we all grew up together. If people follow wrestling, the Rikishi kids and stuff like that, so that including those guys too.
So you kind of always had like the teams that you played on, always like stacked damn near.
Yeah, bro. I ain't never. I'm gonna tell. I don't think I have never not played in a championship game. Maybe one year I don't think I did, and that might have been my first year of football. But other than that, bro, we was in that game. We was always battling, and I think we might have won every one of them except for one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro, it's always been a battle though, bro.
Go ahead, Fanatic.
So someone asked us, ask him as a parent, would he let his child transfer his senior year if he isn't getting offers?
That's a tough question, man. I had to see what the situation is. Why are you not getting offers? Are you not putting this work in? Are you not, doing what you're supposed to be doing to get recruited? Am I not doing what I'm supposed to do as a parent for my son to get recruited? Are they not recruiting him because how I act as a parent? That's a big one too. Like,
talk to him about that one. They don't even know what you mean.
Him, man. Go ahead.
They don't even know what you mean.
Go ahead,
coach. Listen, Dion said something, bro. Coach Prime said something, and I didn't really think about it until the other day. He had said something about, he wants his quarterback to have a 2-parent household. Like, And I was sitting there thinking about it, like, bro, all the quarterbacks that has been successful in the league, like they have had 2-parent households. And they, and they had a stable household. Like they knew what mom did and what dad did and who ran this and who did that. Like they understood that part of it. And so when I think about, you think about all your dogs. Your dogs gonna be your linemen and your D and your D lineman, your O lineman, the ones gonna be in the trenches that's fighting, and all your athletes, gonna be in the secondary, or your skill guys. But you think about that, man, like you've never heard anything bad about Julio Jones' parents, and he only had a mama. You never heard anything bad about Kevin Johnson parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if their household wasn't that growing up, like they stayed out of it. I can tell you and show you some examples of people who did have that problem. Parents trying to tell coaches what to do, or parents trying to, say that my son, how you gonna tell the NFL organization what your son need to be doing? Man, I pay him millions of dollars for him to come do this. He gonna do what I tell him to do because I'm paying him. So when they say faith, family, and football, they mean faith in that building and them, family in them, and football over there. That's what that means. And that's just real talk. Like, and I'm not trying to down any parents, but like, man, sometimes you gotta, if you're gonna let me coach a baby, let me coach him. Let me take him.
Absolutely. And I've always told them this. I said, when you before you go to a team, what you need to do is kind of vet the coach. Like you need to see what this coach is, what schemes they run, how they plan to utilize your son. You need to know a lot about them. And the reason why I say that is because for those reasons you just mentioned, you on the sideline, you don't agree with the plays that they run. Now all of a sudden you up there cussing the coach out, and you don't like their system. But that should have been something that you actually, found out on your own just by speaking with the coaches. And
that's what I mean by that. Like you gotta know what to ask, and even your approach at it. Like your tone can make a different conversation too.
Absolutely.
But like you gotta, as a parent, you gotta like if your child work his ass off and you think your child is that he can make it, and that's his dream, that's what he want to do in any sport or anything in life. Like you gotta push him to the next level, and you gotta be his team. You got to be that. If y'all got a set goal, or you got a set expectation of where you want him to be, then you got to be that for him. You got to be his hype man at all time. You got to be that man that's gonna tell him, well, son, you need to work on this, or good job. Some parents just need to be parents.
Right.
Like I don't coach my son. Like if y'all ever see, like I don't put TJ out there in a light like that because I don't coach him. I don't want him to ever feel like he had to live up to what I have done. But I would say this: now I'm TJ's dad. It ain't Trent Richardson's son no more. And this kid, and you probably didn't even know it, bro, before you even seen him. Like that man he catch over 2 people every damn game. He get him a touchdown or 2 just like that. He been doing that since he was 7, 8 years old. But I stayed out of it because I wanted to make sure that he can hear the coach voice, and I wanted to make sure that when somebody say something to you and they're trying to teach you, you need to be able to listen to it, not just me.
All right, so look, I'm glad you said that. Now, y'all really don't get no passes now. If you got a former NFL player that can get out the way, that's more knowledgeable than you, who probably forgot more than what you learned, he can get out the way and allow a coach to coach. You ain't got no excuse. This is to all the parents, the ones that do that, because that's the reason why a lot of coaches have quit.
Right.
They literally quit.
And coach the kids.
They quit. Like, I mean, literally, like, don't even want to deal with the parents no more because of all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say this, man.
That's deep, man.
I'll say this. Y'all ain't getting no more passes.
Oh, not one? They ain't get one?
They ain't getting no more passes. They ain't getting no more passes. But we definitely got to get into the questions when you get back on.
Absolutely.
Because
Hey man, that was amazing what I just heard about. I love that, man. As a coach myself, dog, I love just hearing because again, Trent has probably forgot more football than I could ever teach. But to hear someone say at his level, I'ma still get out of the way and let the coach be the coach. Hey man, that's just big time, man.
hey, coach, I'm gonna let you. I want to actually allow the people who had questions to ask the questions and stuff like that. So I just want to ask some questions to you, and then whatever response you give to them, hopefully they satisfied with it or it helps them. But Camille says, he says, Trent, if you could change anything about youth football, what would it be besides counseling games?
Mm, that's tough, man. Because it's not just one thing. Um, it's tough, bro. Because it is first thing for real, bro. Like to me, youth football still it need to be how I used to be when we was growing up. It need to be a peace offering everywhere. All drama, all BS. It need to stop at the gate. Outside that part,
Mm.
there still need to be a place that we can come to and we can show like, oh, them kids, oh, they doing something in life, man. Keep them kids out the street. Don't let them be around that. Uh, don't let them kids look at that. Don't even let them listen to that. Don't let them listen to that. Like that's the first thing. Like to have the household of the little league part straight. That's the first thing. And that's on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to start with that in the household. But I think, man, that's tough, man. It's tough, man. Let me come back to that question, bro, because that's
Okay.
a tough one to answer.
Right. Yeah. So Micah, he had a question. One of his questions was he said, what was your initial reaction to being drafted?
Mm. Man, you know what, bro? It was like I seen everything like from Little League on up. All the good, all the bad, all the deaths I done seen, all the people that was there for me, all the people that told me, no, you weren't gonna be able to do this shit. All the people told me I was too fragile. Everybody was telling me that, oh, I had screws in my ankle, so I ain't gonna make it. This is like, bro, I seen all that.
Yeah. Right. And then they followed up, said, can being drafted to the wrong organization hurt certain players or hurt
Say
players?
that.
So
Say that again.
basically is there a such thing as being drafted to the wrong organization?
Oh yeah, it definitely is. If that program don't fit you, man, it's almost a curse. It's a blessing and a curse to go top three or top five, but bro, it's hell because you go to the worst teams in the league and they expect you to change the culture right then and there.
Mm.
And so you can go somewhere as a running back where they got a whole throwing system and it ain't gonna fit your game, and you've been playing downhill your whole life, and that's it for your running back career because you now you're a blocking back, right? And it's one of them things where like people was talking about, put it like this: if Derrick Henry would have went to who they were saying Derrick need to go to this year, not Dallas, who else was it? To the Eagles. That's not the way Derrick Henry run. That's a Saquon Barkley move.
Right.
Like you got to be in the right.
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 So, all right. So, look, man, because it seemed like you clipping a little bit. So I'm gonna get to the question, but I created something, man. I just want to know what's your thoughts. And you might be in a little hot water, because you might have a relationship with some of these with some of these players. But I had to do it to you. I had to do it to you. Dang. When you come back on, I gotta what is it? Let me see.
This one right here, y'all. This one kind of follows up with somewhat of PA trenches. It ain't the best out of Pensacola, but it's a really good this or that, man, that we want to try to get from Mr. Trent Richardson before he gets on up out of here. But
My bad, y'all.
Yeah, man. So look, all right. So I want to ask you these real quick. Um, so like I say, I know that you probably have a relationship with a lot of these, gentlemen. But I just wanted to ask the tough question, man. This is who are you taking?
who you
You know what I'm
take?
saying? So when the pictures is up, we still will be able to hear you. You know what I'm saying? So I actually came up with this. Well, thought about it, and I just want your opinion. All right, so let me go right here. All right, so the first one is
Man, ooh, why you start off with this? Man, you should have did that one last, man.
hey man, it's gonna only probably get worse.
You gotta reorder that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, hold on. You come back. I'm gonna go to the next one.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Jerome Bettis.
You gonna what's
That's tough, boy. I was a big boy. Eddie, that's my dog. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Bus, bro, because you gotta think about Bus was moving like that at 280, 270, like running down here, daring your ass to get in front of him. Like,
yeah, you had to tackle that.
bro. I shook his hand, bro. That man hand can't, and I got a big hand. That
Yeah.
man hand cover my wrist, bro.
All right, so who you taking? We got the Dirty Bird Jamal Anderson, and we got Marshawn Lynch. Who you taking?
Damn, it ain't tough, but I love Jamal Anderson. That was one of my heroes, bro. But
Right.
big bro, he got that. I get at the Marshawn all day.
I bet. Okay, so the next one we're gonna go to.
Come on, why you do this to me, man? You know I'm from Pensacola, man. Like, come on, man. It just depends. It just depends what kind of show you trying to put on. If you talking about a team, if you talking about a team back, I'm going with Emmett. If you talking about a back, just you can do anything with. I gotta go with Barry.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
I
So
can't make a yes or no on that one, bro. Oh, I'm gonna go with Derek. I'm gonna go with Lil Bro all day. And
okay.
Brandon Jacobs, that's my dog. But Derek, man, what he's doing at his size, and at his age right now too. I mean, Derek, I mean, he should be in his 30s now. And he's still playing at a high level, and he's gonna play like that for another 3 to 4 years, bro. I'm telling y'all, because the way these little ass cornerback is out there now, bro, is nowhere in here they're gonna be able to hit Derek. And
Right.
these linebackers are too. He bigger than all the linebackers right now, bro. Like until they start getting these Dante Howard Towers and Rolando McClains in there, he gonna kill the league.
And so we gonna still go to that other one last, right?
Yeah, last.
But I'm gonna go this one. White Bush, Ingram Richardson. Which one the better duo? And don't just go off because it's you. We need the all around reason.
That's tough, dog. Like, so when we was in school, bro, we got calls from these guys. Like they was big brother. Like they was our guys. Like, bro, what Lindell did, bro. Like, it's tough. And what Reggie was to that game, bro. Man, listen, bro. It depends. Bro, that's a tough match, bro. That's a tough match, bro. But I'm gonna have to go with me and Dukes, bro. Like, and that's giving all respect to them guys, bro, because them guys came before us and we modeled all our game around them. But if you talking about a full SEC game and you want some dogs in there, shit, we done been through that fire too. So I'm gonna go with me and Dukes all day. Me and Mark all day.
Okay. Hey man, what's your most memorable game?
Oh man.
I know you did some amazing stuff. Y'all beat
yeah.
LSU, you know what I'm saying? 21-0.
American, yeah.
Yeah, y'all didn't beat Texas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did some amazing stuff, man. But
Bro,
what's your most
that's
memorable? That
man,
that
I
that
had to
moment that you felt like damn, I really belong.
man, I had to say I had to say 2 on my rookie, my freshman year. Against Arkansas, man, I made like 5 guys. I broke like 5 tackles. And all my teammates on the defensive side, they was like, "Yeah, we finna step in the SEC, rookie, for to see what your game like." And we was like, bro, we were going like we was in a dogfight with Arkansas. And bro, that play happened, bro. I got hit behind the line of scrimmage, and I made 5 guys miss, like broke 5 different tackles, and that showed me right there, like, okay, I'm this. Y'all got to give my respect. Like they gonna give my respect. I'm gonna make them give my respect. That game, and we played against Texas, because I wanted to go to Texas my whole life. I love Ricky Williams. I love Cedric Benson. Vince Young, my favorite college football player ever. So for me, what I did in that game, bro, I had 2 touchdowns, 100 and some yards. I led the game in rushing and in receiving in that game. So I had to say, and I had the longest touchdown in that game. So I had to say that game right there, bro. Showed me that I was that guy.
Now I gotta tell you something, man. You know, I'm a person, you ain't gotta figure out what I'm thinking. I'm gonna tell you. You, man, you done broke my heart. You done broke my heart when it came to the LSU game, bro. I was so upset, like, cause I'm not a Bama person. I'm not. I like me. I think they get a little, as what I like to call a little home cooking. You know what I'm saying? They get a lot of
Don't be
they
that
they
guy.
they they,
Don't be
they
that
get a
guy.
little they get a little. You know what I'm saying? They be a one loss team and or 2 loss team and still get there. But I get it. The strength of schedule, all that stuff matters. And then I be thinking we safe that y'all ain't gonna make it to the Nationals, but y'all make it to the Nationals, and then y'all piss me off. Piss me off. So that's the one team that I just couldn't get behind. But nah, I respected all those players, man. I think most of them that actually went, especially the running backs that actually went to the NFL, I think they did some good things. I will not think for you, but I will like to ask the question. Do you feel like do you feel like you didn't produce the way that you wanted to, or did you feel like you was plagued by injury? Like what was the situation as you went to the NFL? And because I think you kind of cut it short, right? You didn't really play as much as you expected.
Yeah, for me, bro, I fell out of love with the game. I hated it.
Mm,
Like I didn't like the game no more. When I got traded, because I was never taught that. Like I was never taught that the game is not loyal to you. Like you
mm,
play this game as Lil League on up, and we wasn't getting NIL. Like you play the game because you love it. So it was almost like, and I had to tell somebody this the other day. It's almost like you're a family man, and you been committed to the relationship, and you find out your wife done cheated on you, and you got kids with her and everything.
mm,
Like I was just there. Know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't, like it wasn't the same for me, bro. Like it just wasn't. Like the NFL is a different beast when it comes to what you've been knowing your whole life about the game.
mm,
Like it ain't the love of it no more. Now it's a job, and now like it's people broken up into cliques in the locker room. Like it was different, bro. Like the culture wasn't even a winning culture. Like it was, man, I gotta get this next contract tight. You know what I'm saying? It was, and that's a good. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Me at this age, like I get it now. Like me as being an older guy, but as a young pup, like I didn't get that mindset of it, and I wasn't taught to, man, this is business, straight business. It ain't nothing other than that. Like I
mhm,
never got taught that. You hear stories, but you don't get it until you feel it. And for me, like I always played with my heart. And so that, man, that it took me up. Like I couldn't stand football. Bro, I didn't watch NFL for a long time. I didn't watch football for a long time.
mm.
And
Yeah.
and and for parents, like that's something that y'all need to hear and tell y'all kids about, because one, you can burn them kids out. I've been playing football since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
You feel me? Like that's all I knew for a long time. And so one thing you gotta realize too, like for me, like they tried to take my family from me. and I wasn't good. I wasn't cool with it. Like that made me like going to like how you gonna try to take away the people that made sure I was getting up every morning, made sure I was at practice, made sure I was working out when y'all wasn't around. Like they tried to take my brother from me, bro. Like it was one of them things like I couldn't look at it the same. And so like they, that man, listen, if you're not in the same conversation that they want you to be in and walking the way you want them to be in, it's gonna be a short career, gonna be some long days for you.
Mm. And that's the thing I think not enough people talk about, man. Because when you look at the NFL, you look at the money, the amount of money that you can make, for the glitz and glamour and stuff like that or whatever. But not many people understand, like you mentioned earlier, what it took for you to get there. And then just now, when you get there, it's not what you think it is.
Right.
And people they tend to go off what they think it is. And now in today's time, you really don't have to go to the NFL. I think most people wanted to go to the NFL mainly because it's like it was, they looked at it as life-changing type of money, right? But now that you have an opportunity to be a millionaire before you even make it to the NFL, you literally have a chance to not even have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? So, and the other thing that I mentioned too is that I think the dynamic will change once people start making all that money, from college, where they already making a lot. But once they have the funds, and then I don't think that they're going to be as willing to take the abuse or whatever comes with it, like we do when you're broke and you looking for that, that contract and stuff. So yeah, man. Like the thing about it too that you don't know is that I actually grew up with Marshawn. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
who
saying?
too?
So and Dame is Damian Lillard is my other guy too. So I seen it. I seen the process when he used to play for a Pop Warner team in called the Oakland Dynamites, right? He played for them, and then that's when I actually seen like, damn, this dude is hard to go by. But my cousin was the one that started over him at the time. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I've been seeing that he was a dog. Been seeing the fact that he didn't go to the school that we went to, and he ended up working with somebody else that actually gave him, put him in the right direction. But a lot of people don't understand what the reason he the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's amazing to be, somebody of that caliber and to play as long as he did, and I thought that you would be somebody that would play, a very long time. But like you said, it makes sense now. It makes a whole world of sense to me. So what is your message to those who are aiming for going to the NFL?
Protect yourself, man. And on all ends. The mental, like you got to be clear minded. Like I feel like the game is played 90% mental, 10% physical. Like I feel like physically, it's a lot of people that can do it. Mentally, it ain't. That's when the 1% come in. That and make sure that, man, like you get the right people around you, um, and learn from early mistakes. And that's why, for me, I like the NIL because they learn early.
Right.
Like, damn, like I messed that up. Well, we ain't gotta do that. And other than going to pick an agent in 10-minute conversations, and you don't know nothing about him. He don't know nothing about you. He don't know how you roll. I mean, I'm pretty sure they done did their homework, but they ain't been around you for years. And don't try to make people in your family something that they're not. Don't give them the title that something that they're not. Like if they don't know how to handle this, send them to school or send them to go learn. Then we can look at Bron. That's the perfect example for anybody in any sport. Look at Bron.
Right. Yeah, man. I don't look at his game. Look at the other stuff.
The other stuff, man.
Yeah.
The other stuff, like look at Bron. Look, is ain't been nothing on his name.
Right.
Hey, so if you don't mind, like somebody basically just call in, coach. So, you know, if you don't mind answering
Can
the
you hear
question
me?
if they have one. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you're
go
good.
ahead.
Okay, cool. What up, Trent? This is
What's going on,
Michael.
boss?
I gotta ask you. I got a few questions, man. One of my first questions would be, who delivered like your welcome to the NFL hit?
Bro, you know what? I really didn't get that lick, man. I was giving out a lot of licks, bro. Like I always wanted to be the one that delivered that lick. Um, but you know what, man? Not Sue caught me. But it was in a preseason
Mhm,
game, my second year, because I chipped him. I
mhm,
hit him in the ribs. And I was going out of bounds. He hit me so hard in my head. He hit me so damn hard.
mhm.
It was one of those situations where you had to get up and start talking mess to him. Like, you ain't did nothing.
Yeah,
Oh, lame, man.
yeah,
Hey, they said, man, I
yeah.
didn't seen it, but they used to try to put the little dirty tag on him, man. They used to
Man, Sue just a
Yeah,
football player,
yeah, that's
bro.
what I'm saying. Like they try to put it on you,
yeah,
but
he
like,
just was
bro, he
going
just
to get it.
passionate.
Now I do have another one of my questions is like seeing like all these other positions and different even D tackles and corners, wide receivers, tight ends now, quarterbacks, of course, getting paid all this money. What's some advice you can give to like the modern day running backs on what they can do to demand their worth? Because it seems like still to this point in the NFL, like you got Derrick Henry playing on an $8 million contract, and you got all these premier backs playing on these being relative, small being relative to what other players at other positions are making. So what's one of those things that you could tell modern day running backs to kind of demand their worth?
Man, I tell you what, man, it's tough to say because you know how they feel about running backs, but I mean, just some stuff that I learned over the years, like be expendable on the field. Like, don't just be a running back. Like, be a receiver. Be one of those guys that that they can count on at all time. You're all down back, and so like that's how you demand. And then like it depends what market you at. Like right now, bro, like what Saquon did last
Yeah,
night, he gonna be all over Nike. They already got a shoe for to come out.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like be
Come
marketable
on.
at the same time. Like it's
Yeah.
stuff like that, man. And you know, you got to have a gimmick with you sometime. Like you look at what Odell was doing when he first got in the league. Like Odell's a totally different person now. Or you even look at how they came out with Honey Badger, like that. And Tyron hate that name. Tyron Matthews hate that name. He hate Honey Badger. But it was a gimmick for him. Like that was his character too at the same time, and he led
It
into
worked.
it. Yeah, bro. Like you just gotta be able to be expendable, man. Like you just gotta work hard, be very
Yeah.
consistent. Be consistent. One thing about it, like Derek has been consistent after those 2 to 3 years, his first 2 or 3 years, he's been consistent ever since then. Adrian Peterson has always been consistent. You just gotta be consistent, man.
Oh, speaking of that, coach, you got to answer.
Come on. Walter Payton,
Man,
Adrian Peterson.
man, just thinking about the stuff I seen Adrian do. Oh man, I'm big on sweet feet. Damn, man.
The
Um,
comments is saying sweet feet.
Listen, I get it, but y'all gotta realize this man came off an ACL and rushed for 2,000 yards, and he was supposed to come back. He came back less than what, was it a month or so? He came back
Came
on
right
an
back.
ACL.
Hmm.
Yeah, bro. We ain't never seen that. Like that stuff Asian pieces and done. That man cold, cuz I ain't gonna lie to you.
And he
Eh,
punished you. So
Yeah,
that's why I put them together because
So
they both was punishing type backs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think Adrian Peterson is much quicker, and I just think that he was a little bit more elusive. You know what I'm saying? But I like what Peyton do. I just
yeah. I like everything Peyton. That's I done model my game around him.
yeah.
Like
So we gonna call that a draw, man.
yeah, that's a draw because I can't really. Ooh, wee.
Hey, but yeah, man.
I got something else too on that. Just in regards to like your NFL player and everything. So, like, which fan base did you appreciate the most? Because I mean, we always hear about the dog pound and how how hard they are on their fans, and even shit. I mean, last week or a week was that a couple weeks ago when Deshaun went down, and you got guys booing and things like that, or which fan base did you appreciate more? Because it seems like Indiana, they kind of take theirs in, but they still kind of tough on theirs too. But yeah, that is my question on that.
I mean, for me, bro, like Cleveland was crazy. Like them fans, when they with you, they with you. But when they against you, bro, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Indiana was okay. But Oakland, bro, like Oakland, like ain't nothing like Oakland fans, man. Them fans, though, like them fans will fight with you, laugh at you at the same time, and go barbecue with you and be sea walking with you at the same time, like crazy.
Hey, shout out. Damn.
All of that.
Hey, it's like everybody you mentioning, I don't like. And I'm from Oakland. I can't look, okay, this is why I don't like the Raiders. Because I love everybody, but he just name it like, okay, I don't like the Raiders. First of all, they ain't been loyal to us, right? You see, they just went to Vegas. First, they went to LA. They came back, right? Then they went to, I think, LA again, came back. Now they went to Vegas, right? And I tell people, I'm like, bruh, it ain't gonna be the same like the people that's from Oakland that support them as opposed to the people in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you even got a lot of people that's still traveling to Vegas. I'm like, bro, I don't get it. I don't get it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. The Raiders, they still got the same culture, which is losing. So I just would never be a Raiders fan. I'm a Warriors fan. I'm an Oakland A's fan. I like Frisco a little bit, but as far as the Raiders, man.
I got a question for y'all before I get off here.
Yes, sir.
And this question go on for forever. And this ain't even talking about football. Who y'all go in basketball? Bron or Jordan?
Hold on, I gotta be in. Okay, so you gave
LeBron James,
I was about to say
greatest of all time. It's not even a question.
For sure,
He's
George.
going to debate it. There's no debating up there. Don't let that man debate this one. It's LeBron James.
That's so easy.
Damn, fanatic. We don't even disagree like that, but I gotta go, Jordan.
Thank you.
Nah.
I'm gonna say,
Come on, man. You tripping.
Give me your why though. Give me why Jordan. And I want to hear your why Bron.
I gotta, and don't get me wrong with Bron. Bron is one of the greatest we've ever seen, and just daily what he's doing. I mean, it's crazy, but you're talking about somebody that averaged 30, 35, 6 and 6 back in '86. Like this, he's a different nigga. This is back when niggas wasn't really putting up anything but middies and jumpers and going to the cup and stuff like that. Like, it's just different. You get 10 times being a scoring champ, scoring over 30 points. You got 9-time all defense, 6-time champion. Like, it's just the accolades speak for themselves. Not saying that LeBron don't have them. It's just what Jordan did. It was, it's hard. It's hard to go against, bro. In my opinion.
No.
Ron is right there, though.
No. It's not hard. He's been great since the 9th grade. Like, he's been great since the 9th grade. Since LeBron James played basketball in like the 9th grade, 10th grade, the man has been the number one player. Then you go on, man, and you get to the league, and since 2003, every year you are expected to win a championship. If LeBron James don't win a championship every year since 2003 is a wasted year. I mean, I don't get it. What does the man got to do? He was cheated out of a defensive player of the year.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that man has been cheating since he's been in the league. But I'm gonna say this. Hey, sports fanatic. I'm gonna say this. You put me to sleep every live that we do, bro. I really want to acknowledge that.
Oh my God.
But here's the thing, bro. I started off. See, I'm the most qualified to speak on this because I actually was a LeBron James fan.
Here you go.
Right? I was. This is documented.
Okay.
Why did I stop liking LeBron? Because first of all, he cheated the process. He wasn't able to do what the LeBron James did, the Kobe's, the Stephen Curry's, which was have a team successfully built around him.
Is that him or that's the owner?
Him.
Is that LeBron or is that the owner?
Him. I don't care what you say because Curry came in. They changed that whole dynamic.
Who changed it? Who changed it?
The office.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, they changed the dynamic, right, of the team, and they were successfully able to build a team around Curry. It's been Curry year. It's been Kobe Bryant year. What year was it LeBron's? And what year did he win without a superstar? Two.
Everybody needs a superstar.
Yeah,
everybody needs a superstar.
He won the one before. He won the last one. He won in Cleveland without a superstar.
Hold on, wait. Who did he have in Cleveland? You mean to tell me Kyrie Irving wasn't a superstar?
Oh no. You're right. I'm sorry.
Everybody's had a superstar.
And Kevin Love.
Everybody's had a superstar.
I'll say this, right?
I ain't gonna say Kevin.
Everybody needs, help. I'm not gonna knock Brown for that, but I will say this, right? The way that it was kind of, I would say, manufactured was a little bit different from what we were used to seeing, because not to say Jordan didn't have no hitters. He had hitters around. Boston and Bird had hitters around. Everybody had real hitters around. Only person that really did it without a real number 2 Hall of Fame is Dirk.
Dirk McGirt.
For sure.
Hold on, wait. So you mean to tell me for the Warriors, Bogut was an all-star?
Klay Thompson.
They was
they
grew.
Klay Thompson.
Hold on, they got drafted together.
One of the greatest shooters they've ever seen.
Top
4 all time.
They got drafted together. They got drafted together.
Though. It doesn't matter. He's a superstar.
Bruh, that man had to cheat the process.
With
Draymond Green, in that system, he's a superstar. In that system, he's a superstar. At the end of the day, Ron James, did you forget the Cavaliers team he took to the finals?
Do
you remember the Cavaliers team before he left that he took to the finals, man?
Man.
Dragging, kicking his
Larry Hughes, Adronis Elgauskas, Mo Williams.
Yeah,
all on the tail end of their career. He took them to the finals, dragging and kicking. I don't want to go. Please let me stay where I'm at. Dragging and kicking. He dragged them to the finals, man. What else do you want from this man? He's the greatest, but he ain't God. He's the greatest, but not God. Even Michael Jordan couldn't win. Even Michael Jordan couldn't win until he got an all-star on the team.
He's
fanatic, and this is the only part where I differ at on this one, right? And I'm gonna wrap it up because I know the homie got to go, but it's just what he did going to Miami and putting that together like that. Mm-hmm. It breeded a lot more actions like that. So when KD left and went to the Warriors, even though the Warriors was all drafted except for KD for the most part, it kind of breeded that type of shit. So it kind of opened the floodgates and the doors for that. But I don't know. We don't have to get on that another day.
Why it was okay when Boston did it?
Going down the hour convo.
Why was it okay when Boston did it? That's all I want to know. Before you leave, tell me why it was okay for Kevin Garnett to decide where he.
And I got that answer. I got that answer for you, right? So when Boston did it, it wasn't like LeBron putting calls in, which I guess I can't really be mad at him because it was a decision that he made to help him get rings. So I can't be mad at him. But it's more so like, I don't know, maybe it's an archaic way of thinking, but you let the front office handle the front office business, and he went about it his way, did some pulling and tugging, and you know, he made that happen. But that didn't happen in the Boston situation. That's the only difference from that.
So you think Kevin Garnett didn't have nothing to do with where he wanted to go? The ticket now.
Nah.
I mean, I think he had. I know he had, you know, something to do with it, but I don't believe niggas was just huddled in the front office trying to put together a play and talking on the back end. Hey, next year we woo. I don't think it was that.
Oh, you hurt me, dog.
AG even said it wasn't even that.
You hurt me, dog. You hurt me.
I don't know. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. This one of the ones we go on damn near an hour about. I ain't gonna hold you.
I thought we were better, man. It's one of them ones.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So, look, bro, we about to go ahead and wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, LeBron James cheated the process. This man basically had to go with hella. This dude has played with the most superstars than anybody. He has played with more superstars than anybody, damn near Curry and Clay combined. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like the fact that, you know, he cheated the process, bro. That's really what it boils down to. I used to be a LeBron James fan. When he did that, I stopped following him. I stopped liking him as a basketball player, because you can't do what you did and then call yourself a great. Nah, you can't do that, bro. When we set the standards of Michael Jordan had a team built around him, despite what people want to say. And not only that, the man retired for about 2 or 3 years, came back, lost the first playoff that he went to, and then won 3 after that, man. That's GOAT status. LeBron James will never be able to do nothing like that. So all the dude wanted to do is stat pad and, you know, cheat the process.
Oh my
God,
the blasphemy.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really all it is, man.
Hey, see y'all tomorrow.
That's my So yeah, man, we got Born Chaser tomorrow, man. Make sure y'all tune in. We got Born Chaser tomorrow. I showed you the lineup, and then we got Jonah Wednesday, man. Make sure y'all tune in.
You might have to pull out a Fanatics ranking on Wednesday so I can get graded by one of the GOATs.
He said if it wasn't for the Jordans coming out, cut the crap. LeBron teams has never been good enough to get lottery pick. So he's supposed to build a channel.
I mean, all I see is a lot of Fanatics right. And National Sports Chat don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Hey, y'all can like LeBron James, but the man can't shoot.
Oh my God.
He's a bully. And the era.
He's the highest scorer of all time.
I mean, damn, you played 30 years.
It's people that's played. Karl Malone played just almost as long, and he didn't beat Kareem.
Hey, I'm about to tell you something I bet you don't. Nobody know. LeBron James has took the most shots than anybody in the history of the NBA.
And guess what? That's why he leads the NBA.
Okay, so I mean, he got the most misses than anybody in the NBA too. So, but yeah, man, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, man, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Man, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all got some gems today.
For sure.
Because the man said some stuff. I think he probably changed a lot of people's perspective. So, you know, it is what it is. But we got Zay coming up tomorrow, aka Born Chasers. And then we got YNC himself.
Got goats all week. We got goats all week. We got Zay, young goat. Jonah, young goat. Some young goats all week.